if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy.
Years after his death, fans kept spotting X everywhere, chilling near his old Parkland mansion, vibing at the Super Bowl, even walking around Florida like nothing ever happened. And these sightings hit different. They felt too real. Maybe he really was out there. So let's jump into the first of 10 times XXXTentacion was allegedly caught on camera. Our first supposed sighting takes us to the eerie waters near the Bermuda Triangle in August 2018, just months after XS confirmed passing. Rumors exploded online claiming local authorities had found him alive somewhere in the Caribbean, hiding out near the triangle. The timing was wild. Fans were heartbroken and desperate for hope, grabbing onto anything that suggested X might still be alive. The story snowballed fast. People claimed X had pulled off an elaborate escape plan to avoid legal pressure and all the chaos surrounding him before his death. Some versions said he was living quietly on a boat or private island, far from Florida and the spotlight. Others linked it back to his 2017 music video stunt where he faked a hanging, using that as proof that X was unpredictable enough to fake his own death too. But here's the twist: the entire rumor came from social media trolls. One viral post on August 22, 2018, showed a fake CNN headline saying XXXTentacion found alive off coast of Bermuda, says local authorities. Fans clicked it fast, and got hit with nothing but a dead link and disappointment. Instead of a real news report, the link led to something totally random: a home appliance ad followed by a goofy comedy skit. Straight trolling. It was designed to mess with fans who were still grieving, all for attention and clicks. There was zero real evidence behind the Bermuda rumor, no statement from local authorities, no verified footage or photos, nothing from XS family or estate. But the streets and the internet ran with it anyway. People started tying XS supposed survival to bigger conspiracy theories, the same type that had folks believing Tupac faked his death and dipped to Cuba. Fans brought up so-called inconsistencies in the case, like the lack of visible blood in leaked footage, claiming it all pointed to a staged scene. Eventually, once solid details from the murder trial surfaced, the Bermuda story faded out. But it definitely left an impact on how the community processed grief in the era of viral rumors. The Bermuda sighting had people imagining tropical escape plans, but the next alleged appearance brought X much closer to home, straight to one of the biggest stages in America. Jump to February 2019. Rumors suddenly popped up claiming XXXTentacion was seen alive at Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This was the Patriots vs. Rams game, the one where Maroon 5 handled the halftime show. Fans said X was in the crowd, disguised and moving around the stadium like nothing had happened. The boldness of this theory was next level, that X would risk showing up at a massive event with 75,000 people inside and millions watching worldwide. But the rumor still spread fast, fueled by blurry screenshots and people seeing what they wanted to see. Believers pointed to blurry crowd shots from the Super Bowl broadcast, claiming X was somewhere in the stands, probably wearing a hoodie or fitted cap to stay low-key. They argued he chose the Super Bowl because he genuinely loved football. He talked about the sport often and even donated to youth programs while he was alive. Some versions of the theory went even further, saying he was there to scout talent or quietly link up with industry people running his legacy from the shadows, especially since his posthumous album Skins had dropped not long before. The rumor blew up across social media, circulating from February through July 2019. On Reddit, especially in r/XXXTentacion, posts calling out the claims as clickbait kept popping up. Users urged others to report the videos for misinformation. Comment sections turned into emotional battlegrounds, hopeful fans saying, "This gave me chills, maybe he is out there," while skeptics shot it down as wishful thinking from people struggling to accept reality, but the facts never backed it up. There were no security reports, no matching facial features, no clear footage, and not a single eyewitness among the 75,000 people at the stadium. Experts chalked it up to pareidolia, people seeing familiar faces in random shapes, especially in grainy, zoomed-in clips. The whole thing showed how easily misinformation spreads in tight fan communities, where viral content can prey on grief and hope just to farm views and clout. The Super Bowl theory had X hiding in plain sight, but the next alleged sighting claimed he vanished completely to a place even more remote. Around 2020, right in the middle of the COVID lockdowns when everyone was glued to their screens, A new rumor surfaced claiming that high-definition drone footage had accidentally captured XXXTentacion living quietly on a remote island somewhere in the Caribbean or even the Pacific, far from his old Florida life. The story got extremely elaborate. Believers said X had pulled off a full escape to avoid his pending legal issues, including the serious 2016 domestic violence case, and to distance himself from the spotlight and potential threats in the rap world. The theory turned him into a modern-day hermit, supposedly inspired by his own introspective lyrics about mental health, isolation, and wanting peace, the same themes that ran deep through his album 17, where he opened up about wanting to disappear from the chaos around him. Fans who supported this rumor imagined X living completely off-grid, keeping life simple, maybe even producing music in a makeshift island studio. To them, the drone footage was proof he was still alive 2 years after his reported death. The rumor's roots led back to social media threads from mid-2020, during the height of the drone footage trend. Clips started circulating showing aerial shots of a mysterious figure walking along an empty beach or moving through thick tropical trees. People claimed the figure matched X's height, his signature dreads, and even his tattoos, though the footage was blurry at best. Videos would dramatically zoom into shadows or far-off silhouettes, with creators hyping them up for views, and with millions of people stuck at home, bored, stressed, and falling deep into conspiracy rabbit holes, the timing was perfect for this rumor to explode. The drone rumors quickly pushed people deeper into conspiracy rabbit holes, drawing comparisons to Elvis Presley's supposed island hideouts and the long-running theories about Michael Jackson's secretly traveling after his death. But despite all the hype, no real drone footage ever surfaced, only edited clips and recycled stock videos. X's family publicly shut these theories down in interviews around the release of his posthumous projects, reminding fans how painful the rumors were and urging them to honor his legacy respectfully. The island sightings had fans imagining X living like a castaway, but the next alleged appearance took things in the complete opposite direction, suggesting he wasn't hiding at all. September 2020 brought one of the wildest claims yet, that XXXTentacion had been caught on live TV. This rumor suggested he wasn't just surviving in secret, but stepping into public spaces so boldly that he risked being seen by millions on national broadcasts just 2 years after his murder. This theory centered on background appearances during live segments. Everything from major news shows to daytime talk programs to entertainment broadcasts. Eagle-eyed viewers claimed they spotted someone resembling X walking behind anchors, sitting in studio audiences, or passing through crowded shots. Believers argued this was undeniable proof that his death had been an elaborate setup, either to escape the violent cycles surrounding hip-hop culture or to craft a dramatic, world-shaking comeback. They even pointed back to his infamous 2017 stage death stunt on Instagram as evidence that X was capable of pulling off something big and shocking. The drone rumors quickly pushed people deeper into conspiracy rabbit holes, drawing comparisons to Elvis Presley's supposed island hideouts and the long-running theories about Michael Jackson's secretly traveling after his death. But despite all the hype, no real drone footage ever surfaced, only edited clips and recycled stock videos. X's family publicly shut these theories down in interviews around the release of his posthumous projects, reminding fans how painful the rumors were and urging them to honor his legacy respectfully. The island sightings had fans imagining X living like a castaway, but the next alleged appearance took things in the complete opposite direction, suggesting he wasn't hiding at all. September 2020 brought one of the wildest claims yet, that XXXTentacion had been caught on live TV. This rumor suggested he wasn't just surviving in secret, but stepping into public spaces so boldly that he risked being seen by millions on national broadcasts just 2 years after his murder. This theory centered on background appearances during live segments. Everything from major news shows to daytime talk programs to entertainment broadcasts. Eagle-eyed viewers claimed they spotted someone resembling X walking behind anchors, sitting in studio audiences, or passing through crowded shots. Believers argued this was undeniable proof that his death had been an elaborate setup, either to escape the violent cycles surrounding hip-hop culture or to craft a dramatic, world-shaking comeback. They even pointed back to his infamous 2017 stage death stunt on Instagram as evidence that X was capable of pulling off something big and shocking. Maybe he was tucked away on a quiet residential block or staying in a low-key rental on the outskirts of Miami-Dade, blending into everyday life so well that nobody thought twice. Fans and conspiracy theorists argued he chose Florida on purpose. It was familiar territory. He was born in Plantation, came up in Broward County, and spent a lot of time in Parkland after blowing up. To believers, it made perfect sense. Florida was the one place he could stay close to family, manage his estate behind the scenes, and avoid the wild international attention that came with theories about Bermuda or remote islands. The narrative claimed X's supposed disappearance wasn't about fame, it was about survival. His lifestyle had become increasingly dangerous. He was dealing with beefs, threats, and serious legal battles that were still unresolved at the time of his death. According to rumor believers, laying low in Florida was the only way for him to escape the chaos. This rumor picked up steam in early January 2021, fueled by leaked photos and anonymous social media posts during a time when COVID lockdowns had everyone online non-stop. Blurry, grainy images began circulating on Instagram and Reddit. They showed a figure with similar dreads, a matching build, and faint glimpses of tattoos supposedly snapped in random Florida neighborhoods. People claimed the man wore a face mask, which fit perfectly with pandemic rules and made it even easier to hide his identity. The emotional pull behind this theory came straight from fans' refusal to let go. XS music dealt so openly with pain, redemption, loneliness, and healing, especially on his posthumous releases, that imagining him alive somewhere familiar brought comfort during the chaos of 2021. But eventually the whole thing fell apart. No law enforcement or credible media backed the story, and forensic analysts confirmed the pictures were either edited composites or simple lookalikes. The Florida hiding theory suggested X was still close to his roots, but the next sighting took things even further, placing him right outside his own home. June 2024 delivered one of the most emotional and interactive alleged sightings yet, claims that XXXTentacion was spotted near his former Florida home, directly engaging with fans. This rumor took the entire narrative to a more personal level, suggesting not only that he had survived but that he was willing to step out and interact with the public, a full 6 years after his murder. Eyewitness accounts and short video clips began circulating online, supposedly showing the rapper walking casually along a sidewalk near his old Parkland home, the same place he lived in the months leading up to his death. In these clips, he appeared to briefly acknowledge passing fans in their cars, who claimed they recognized him instantly. The descriptions varied, but almost all included vivid details: him wearing laid-back clothes like an oversized hoodie and fitted jeans, tattoos visible on his arms and neck, and moving with that familiar mix of calmness and intensity he was known for. Some said he waved, nodded, or gave subtle gestures as fans shouted his name or blasted his songs from their speakers. To believers, this was one of the most convincing sightings yet. They argued it showed he might actually be living somewhere nearby, maybe in a quiet property managed by his estate, wanting to reconnect with his roots and the fans who kept his legacy alive, especially as new archival releases and anniversaries continued to stir emotions. This sighting exploded on TikTok around June 12, 2024, going viral in a way that felt eerily timed with the anniversary of his passing on June 18. Emotional clips with dramatic titles showed a grainy figure walking near a residential street while fans in a car reacted with pure shock, honking their horn, yelling in disbelief, and shouting "LJ. Long live Josh," a phrase deeply tied to his memory. The fact that the location was right next to his former home added even more weight for believers. Parkland and the wider Broward County area were central to XS's entire life story, from his struggles growing up to his charity work before he died. But once investigators and digital analysts looked closer, major problems became clear. A large portion of the viral clips turned out to be recycled footage from June 12, 2018, days before his murder, edited, cropped, or filtered to appear recent. Eyewitness accounts and short video clips began circulating online, supposedly showing the rapper walking casually along a sidewalk near his old Parkland home, the same place he lived in the months leading up to his death. In these clips, he appeared to briefly acknowledge passing fans in their cars, who claimed they recognized him instantly. The descriptions varied, but almost all included vivid details: him wearing laid-back clothes like an oversized hoodie and fitted jeans, tattoos visible on his arms and neck, and moving